No.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Zero Interest. I can't seem to get my camera framing right. Sorry. Yeah, so we're doing RWBY again, obviously. Episode 15, The Stray.
The Stray.
To be perfectly clear, Zero hasn't seen episode 16 yet. We've not done, previously we would watch all of the ones we were going to do that day. So for, I think it was 4, 5, and 6, we did all in one day or something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we haven't done that this time because I feel like it'd probably be better if we did these separate. That's my reasoning.
Alright, so in this episode, they're going to Vale because people are going to be arriving. And what were they arriving for? They're like the tournament or something?
It's the Vital Festival.
A festival dedicated to the cultures of the world. There will be dances, parades, a tournament.
Basically,
Vital Festival.
it's a festival where all the four kingdoms come together and celebrate culture and color because there was a big war against culture and everyone had to be miserable, or rather try to stay neutral because the Grimm were attracted to certain emotions. So all culture was kind of put down, basically, and this is a celebration of that shitty time being over, kind of thing, to give you some backstory.
Mm-hmm. So, Vice wants to spy on them because, that's how she rolls.
There's a tournament. She makes mention of the tournament, like I say.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing for 3 seasons. 2 seasons.
And then they see a police-taped area, and, well, there was a robbery that happened here, but they didn't take the money. They just took the dust. What would somebody need all that dust for? And, so, the White Fang is just faunas, and they're, it's probably the White Fang that robbed this area. All those faunas, those evil faunas.
Yeah, let's blame those, even though there's, very clearly a criminal that's on the run who has been known to steal only dust.
Yeah, and it was not a fauna, as far as I know.
He wasn't, no. Surely you'd be able to tell, right?
And so then Vice is like, wow, those dumb faunas. I hate those faunas. What's wrong with those faunas? They're all murderous thieves.
Those faunas only know how to lie, cheat, and steal.
That's not necessarily true.
Hey, stop that faunas!
Yang's a little bit like, yeah, not all faunas are kind of like that.
No, she isn't.
She says, Yang says one little sentence, which is like, well, not everyone. It's kind of like a well, it's a little too far type thing, but I don't necessarily disagree with you.
And then Q, I don't think we got his name yet, so Monkey Boy, let's call him.
Yeah, and he runs and he's like, oh, he was a stowaway on a ship. His running animation.
Yeah, the skate running is back. It goes away after this season.
Just
as far as I know.
Love that he's sliding on the ground as he runs.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
like I said before we started recording, going from season 4 animation to this, it's not great. So it probably looks way worse to me than it does to Zero, but
no, it looks bad to me too. There's more bit parts in this, so that means there's more bad voice acting, including my favorite line: "You no good stowaway." Boy, listen to that line back.
You no good stowaway.
It's not good.
Well, some of the bit parts were bad, some of them were okay. I mean, the police officers was fine, but those are essentially veteran voice actors and regular actors.
And Monkey Boy runs past Blake, and he's like, does the sexy wink. He's like, hey, you know.
What's up?
And he continues on. She's like, what?
Carries on skating away.
And, and then Vice is like, let's go after him. That no good fauna. And whatnot.
Faunus is the plural of faunus.
Fauna, yeah.
There was an argument for a couple years about what the plural was. Fandoms.
No good faunus.
Yeah, they get stuck on the stupidest shit. It's fine.
And so then they run around the corner and run into somebody. Well, Vice does specifically. And that person is Penny.
Weiss?
Salutations!
Who is like, salutations! And my first thought is either A, she's a robot, or B, she's an alien. It has to be one or the other.
I'm going to make you do this now. Who is she? I was considering
Penny?
giving you another episode to figure it out, but I'm going to do this now. Because it's obvious after an episode.
Oh, come on. All I have is Penny. And
All you have is Penny. She is a bit Uncanny Valley.
it's gonna be from like an old story or something, right?
Her movements are very stiff, kind of thing.
Pinocchio?
There you go.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's Pinocchio.
Oh wow, really? Cool.
Good job.
That's the first one I've guessed.
Yeah, good job.
I think. Are we really friends? Happens. Like they chase after her. It's like, oh, we get part. She shows up. Am I really your friend? What did you say to me? Friend. It's Ruby, and Ruby's like, is this what it was like when you met me? And Spice is like, no, she's not as clumsy.
Yeah. I can't remember what order things happened in, but I think we might have missed one of the best interactions in the entire season.
No, the combat skirts. That comes next.
Okay.
Where it's like, well, look at what you're wearing. And she's like, it's a combat skirt. And Ruby's like, yeah. And then high five.
You hardly look the part, says the girl wearing a dress. It's a combat skirt. Yeah.
And I'm like, that made me laugh just out loud. That was just so great.
Yep.
When those two get along, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it is. You're not wrong.
So, and then, Blake's like, hey, stop calling this the faunus rapscallion and all these other things.
And degenerate. You
You don't know what they've been through. You don't know anything. And then Vice is like, war, what is it good for? Yeah, my family's been at war with the White Fang for a long time. Seen a lot of people die. A lot of bad things happen to them.
In the city to nighttime in their dorm room. So this argument goes on for a while.
Yeah. And Blake's like, I had a really bad childhood because, all this war and everything really hurt my family and my relationships with them. Yeah, and also, a train was stolen.
They executed board members. Also, they stole from a train.
Hey, that sounds like Blake's teaser.
It does. It also sounds like arson, murder, and jaywalking. Usually you go up, not down. But, whatever.
Yeah. So, yeah. Blake's like, well, maybe we, Oh, you're White Fang too. Oh, no. She runs off.
No! You want to know why I despise the White Fang? It's because they're a bunch of liars, thieves, and murderers.
Well, maybe we were just tired of being pushed around.
Wait!
And Ruby's like, wait! No.
Don't go.
Problem. Oh. I mean, her special ability is apparently speed, so...
Ruby says yes.
Yeah, so Ruby could technically catch her, but, she lets her go.
Theoretically, I mean, as far as I can tell, Ruby's speed is speed in a straight line, whereas Blake has something similar, but more in a nimble kind of vein. So
she
running
runs
and hiding is a
off
thing she can do quite
into
easily.
the courtyard in front of the statues, and I've noticed that the textures seem to have improved slightly.
A little bit.
Or it might just be that everything looks better at night, because the day sunlight texture is just sunlight stuff is just so bad. And she takes off her ribbon, and hey, she's a faunus.
Just kitty ears.
Now, like, I'd seen an image of her with kitty ears before, but I thought that was just like that weird Phantom thing where you just give everyone kitty ears.
I can see that, but
I didn't actually think that was real. I was like, oh, she's just a normal person. So it's like, oh, she actually has kitty ears. I freaked out. I still had that same pure reaction because I didn't think it was actually a spoiler.
Mm-hmm. Even so, there aren't many people that didn't figure it out.
Like, obviously, I kind of was like, oh, well, she's White Fang, so there's a chance that she's like a faunus, but is that ribbon really big enough to hide ears? Was my thing. It was like, can you really hide ears in a ribbon like that? Does that work?
There are episodes where you could see it twitching.
I did not notice.
Yeah, like if you go back to like the Emerald Forest or Players in Pieces, I'm pretty sure there are points where it twitches.
So yeah, I was taken for a bit of a surprise. I thought the cat ear fan art was like, oh well, her ribbon looks like cat ears, so we're gonna make that a funny little meme. But no, it was actual cat ears.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well,
and the purple, which is a little weird, but
that makes Blake significantly more interesting as a character. It's a shame that we didn't get to see much more of her in other scenes before this. Because I feel like of the four, she got pushed to the corner until this point.
Pretty much.
The
There
most.
are moments that they could really have started foreshadowing this, like the bit with Velvet, the bunny girl, and has anyone been pushed around for being a faunus in the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
They could have done a subtle cut to her for a second, but have her not raise her hand. Like, everyone knew. Zero apparently didn't, but everyone knew. So, they could have done stuff with this before, but they didn't, so...
I didn't because I was like, but wait, I can see like she has like normal ears. Do faunas have normal ears and animal ears? Maybe. And I was just like, it was also the fact that she was not really put in the spotlight that much.
Yeah.
So
Faunus do have one animal trait, so they can have animal ears, or they could have horns if the animal has horns, or they could have a tail. That's why the monkey boy doesn't have monkey ears, he just has the tail. But if they do have the ears, then they have both sets of ears.
okay,
Yeah. So she does have regular ears as well, just to be clear.
that's gotta make hearing just awful.
Or fantastic.
You hear everything.
She has like
No,
regular
but you
human ears, but also the parabolic ears at the top.
Yeah, but then you have like really sensitive hearing.
Well, you'd have that anyway with animal ears. So.
Yeah, but you have like double. You know, that seems like if a pin drops, you're like, ow.
Well, not really. I mean, they are separate organs. I mean, if something is too loud and blows out the animal ears, then you still have the regular human ears that would be normal hearing range and would be fine, more or less.
Anyways, like This episode was good, I guess. I mean, the animation had problems.
Mm.
This is probably the most problematic animation in a while. Because there's chase scene that happens, but it's not
great.
Not great at all. And like it's easy to do that and get away with that in like a forest.
Mm.
Because it's just grass and trees and that works.
Yeah.
But when you have buildings and stairs and all these other stuff that really put into perspective how far they're running at how fast, it becomes easier to tell.
Yeah, I mean, the way that Rooster Teeth tends to operate this season, like, there are time crunch issues. They were animating this while the episodes were airing. So, not only were they running low on budget because it's coming to the end of the season, they were also running low on time. And they had a big blowout moment for the final episode. Like they had in episode 8 for the centerpiece.
Mm-hmm.
They had another one of those, not quite as significant, but still, would take time and a lot of effort to get done properly. They had another one of those next episode. So this one probably was a little bit rushed. It would not surprise me at all.
So, yeah, it had that feeling of being rushed in some aspects, some regards. Boy, do I feel, It did get me there in the feels in this episode.
Yeah.
Which is nice. It made me laugh. It touched my feels a little bit.
Mm.
So, in that regards, the writing was pretty strong in this episode.
Yeah.
Just wish they had more, I know I've said this before, but more Blake, more Yang earlier on. More of the other characters that they've not focused on in the 4.
Yeah.
Because I still feel like Yang has nothing to do.
Yang comes up at the beginning of next season. Well, towards the beginning of next season.
Good, because she's not really done much this entire season. Except being in the background with Blake.
She's been in the background and had some anger issues, and that's pretty much all she's done.
Like an episode about her and Blake would have been perfect to set up before this. But I can understand where you could have been going with like time crunches and budget issues.
Mm.
But, I'm always going to look at what could have been.
Yeah. I mean, they do exactly that next season, but, that's next season, so it's not really an excuse. For the main character, she doesn't get enough development at all.
I said before that I'd give this series like a 7 out of 10 or something.
Mm.
But this Blake thing would probably have kept me watching for a little while longer, at least.
Fair play.
Because I do find it very interesting.
Mm.
How it pans out, I don't know. We'll find out.
Well, it keeps the focus for a while, so I can say that much. Like, even outside the first season, so. It's a major element of the show going forward.
So would you say, like, the Sasuke retrieval arc, but good?
No, I'm not
as in,
sure.
As in, like, Sasuke has the part of his character that comes out that becomes a focus of the story going forward, but not done as poorly.
Kind of. There's no retrieval to speak of, which is the bit that's...
Yeah, I know. I mean, like the whole Sasuke goes and he goes off on his own journey type thing. Or like the part where it's like, we learn more about this character, and this character becomes a major element of the story, whereas they really weren't before. Going forward.
Kind of, yeah.
Alright.
So, any final thoughts on this particular episode? Having not seen the next one.
I've said my piece, and I want to see the next one right now. So,
all right,
let's end this here.
We're going to go do that. Have Zero finish out the season. of season 1 or volume 1, whatever the fuck they want to call it. So thanks for watching, and we'll be back with another episode next week. Episode 16, Black and White.
Bye.